Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're really well. Today I'm in a bathroom. It's been so long since I updated you on my skincare. I might have mentioned it here and there in a few different videos, but it's been so much time since I actually filmed my proper skincare routine, so I thought I would do that today, seeing as I am in this incredibly beautiful bathroom, which you're probably not even appreciating fully right now because you can't see all of it, but it's good. So I've just gotten unready for the day. I've gotten into my nice cozy robe and I am going to take my makeup off. This is going to be my nighttime skincare routine, which is basically the bulk of my skincare, and then quite a few bits get left out in the morning, but it's all relatively the same products. I feel like I go through phases of being very simplistic with my skincare and very minimal, and then being a little bit over the top. But I'm quite into a very step-laden skincare routine right now, so I'm just going to show you what I'm using, the products that I have, and what I like. So I have my trusty headband with me today, so I'm going to pop that on now. And let's get started. So the first step is obviously to get all of this makeup off of my face. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite makeup removers, which I feel like is so underrated. Nobody talks about this. It's the Roche-Posay makeup remover milk. And this just takes my makeup off better than anything I've ever used in my life. It kind of just comes out like a cream. I use quite a lot of it. And I just put this straight onto my skin. So onto dry makeup. I know you're supposed to use this a different way, but this is the way I found works best, and I think it works really, really well. This is kind of similar to like a balmy oil cleanser. Clinique Take the Day Off does a very similar thing, but this is more like a milk. It's not so oily, and yet it removes makeup better than anything. It's amazing. So I'm just going to massage it into my eyes, which is where the bulk of my makeup is. I'm going to try and be gentle about it. And then once that's all in a big mush over my face, I'm just going to get a face cloth and clean it off. So it's pretty much completely dissolve all of my makeup, and I just have to wipe the rest of it off. That feels so much better. So I'm going to cleanse my skin now. I'm either going to do one cleanse or two cleanses. I will always reach for my Oskia, my best friend in life, the Renaissance Cleansing Gel. It's just the best cleanser ever, and you can use this as your makeup removal step. It's a very kind of like oily balm, but I find this just really works best on clean skin. It's got some enzymes in it which help to brighten, and I think it really does a good job of that if you just massage it in and kind of take your time. I use this in the morning too, even though it is a thicker cleanser, and it feels so good. It just kind of rehydrates my skin, which is perfect because it's very, very dry and very dehydrated at all times. So I'm going to go back in with a face cloth and wipe that all off as well. And it's probably just taken off the very last little scraps of my makeup that I didn't quite manage to get off the first time round. So then it is on to cleanse number 2, and for this I use something a lot lighter, something that's kind of more refreshing but still isn't going to strip what I've just done with the Oskia cleanser. So I'm using this at the moment. It's kind of new to me, but it's the Lms Biotech Cleanser. It's really nice. It's kind of quite rich and lathery, but not in a foamy way. I don't really like foam cleansers. So I just kind of rub that in between my hands so you can see it goes kind of white, and then massage it in with a little bit of water and then rinse it off. Cleansing is done now. That is all the water-based action that we're going to get today. So now I move on to toner, and I kind of do a dual toner and exfoliation. I don't usually use scrubs on my skin. I always reach for this. This is my 3rd bottle of this now, and it's the Glossier Solution Exfoliating Skin Perfector. I feel like this is more targeted towards people with oily skin and acne, which definitely could be me right now. I have the worst breakouts. These are all, I think, stress related. For a good reason though, don't worry, it's all okay. Since I started using this probably just under a year ago, my skin has changed almost completely in texture. It's so smooth now. I feel like it's brighter and it's just more even in tone, and I really do put it down to this wonder little product because I think it's really good. So I just use that and kind of press it into my skin. I watched a video on someone putting toner on and they pressed it into their skin rather than swiped it. And I thought that looked good. I guess it's going to stop me pulling my skin and getting extra lines and wrinkles that I don't need. But I just feel a bit bougie doing this more than anything. So while my toner sinks in, I'm going to talk to you about my ridiculous obsession with serums. I think a serum does so much in your skincare routine. It's probably one of the most hard-working items of skincare out there. So I do have 3, and I kind of rotate between them depending on what my skin feels like it needs. So I listen to my skin and I do what she says. So the obvious one here is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair, which is just hands down probably the best serum in the world. I've used this for so many years and I feel like my skincare routine isn't complete without it. It just renews your skin, it brightens it, kind of fixes any problem. It's almost a one-fits-all kind of solution, not quite, but it does so many different things and it just repairs your skin and heals it and makes it look better. So this is always something I reach for, and I do have two others. If my skin is feeling incredibly dehydrated, I will go for the Chapman Skin Assist Intense Hydrating Booster, which is basically a hyaluronic acid serum, and it really injects a massive boost of moisture into your skin on a very deep level. And then this one is kind of different. It's from Caudalie. It's the Vinopure Blemish Control Infusion Serum, and I don't reach for this one as much as the other two, but on days like today, when my skin is kind of flaring up and when there's just a lot going on with it, I think it's really good. It's the only serum I've ever used that's been targeted towards blemishes that I feel really works. I feel like if I use this, it gets rid of them. It's salicylic acid based, so that's what kind of helps to reduce the breakouts, and I just like using this when my skin isn't so great. I feel like it does really help. So today, although I have a few breakouts, they're kind of on their way out, so I think I'm gonna go in for Old Faithful and use the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair, and I probably use a little bit too much of this, but be generous, why not? Love your skin. That just got completely sucked in and I still feel like my skin needs more hydration. So this is the kind of step that I will use a moisturizing mask if I'm going to do one. Nothing that needs to be washed off again because I'll wash off all the serums and things that I've just done. But I really like to use sheet masks. I think these are so fun. This one is one of my absolute favorites. It's the Chapman Skin Assist 3D Moisture Infusion, which again is kind of along the same lines as the serum, but it's just a super packed punch full of the stuff. This sheet mask is kind of funny because it's almost like a rubbery jelly. The first time I used this, I definitely used it wrong because it's actually 3 layers, and the main part of the mask is sandwiched between these 2 little bits of cloth. So you want to take one side off, and then this is the fun part. Smooth this bit on. I always struggle so much with putting these on. I don't think my face is actually designed for them. And then this other part just gets peeled off. I feel like no one has ever successfully been able to use a sheet mask for the proper length of time while standing up. You kind of have to tilt your head up and look a little bit like a serial killer. So I'm gonna sit here like this and let this sink in for a bit. I try to leave these on as long as possible just to get all the moisture into my skin. So we'll see how long I can stand here without wanting to peel it off. Okay, so the mask has been on for a while now. I actually just went and laid down, but I'm gonna get rid of that, and then there's so much kind of serumy goodness left over, and I'm just gonna massage this into my skin. This would be a really good point at which to do a proper facial massage, which I should probably look into because it's so good for you. There's so many benefits, but I tend to just sort of rub my face in any direction that I fancy. But I'm sure there are some proper methods which are going to be way more beneficial to your skin. I feel so much fresher now. This mask is a miracle worker. It's amazing to take on flights as well if you don't mind looking a bit creepy in a plane full of people. Why not? Save your skin, that's more important. So I'm going to do my final moisturizing steps now, starting with eye cream. I am not that faithful to eye creams. I kind of just pick and choose between what I have in my cupboard. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eye Rescue, and it is a very rich hydrating one. It still kind of works for me in the day too. It never makes my makeup kind of smudge or anything like that, so it is super hydrating, but it doesn't leave too much residue on your skin. So I'm gonna massage that all in. I like to do eye cream first because I feel like that should be the main thing making contact with this area around your eyes. That makes sense to me. And then after that, I'm gonna sandwich a nice layer of oil in between my serums and my moisturizers. So this one is very sadly nearly done with. It's the Herbivore Orchid facial oil, and this is such a beautiful product. I love all the Herbivore skincare. It's gorgeous, but this in particular is amazing, and I, as you can see, have used it justly. So I'm just going to take a few drops of that into the palm of my hand and then press that onto my face too. Goal here is to look as disco-ball-like as physically possible. We're going for extreme shininess. The moisturiser that I'm going to use is such a simple one. I do like to keep my moisturiser very simple, and I tend to always go for one from the Roche-Posay. To me, they are the most consistently good skincare brand. If I had to only use skincare from one brand, it would probably be the Roche-Posay, because they do great cleansers, they do great moisturisers, they do everything else in between really well, and I just love them. So this is the Toleriane Sensitive. I normally use the Toleriane Fluid, but this one was a bit different. I thought I'd give it a try, and it is just such a pure, basic, simple moisturizer, but it's kind of the perfect finishing touch for my skincare. So it's just a nice light cream to just pop on top and seal that hydration in. Last but not least, there is one final step, and it's lip balm. I have to put lip balm on. I feel kind of naked without it. I feel like your lips are just important to take care of too, and this one is from Kiehl's. It's the Butter Mask. This is kind of an overnight lip treatment. It's got coconut oil and wild mango butter, and it does smell amazing. But I use this whenever I feel like it. I basically use this as my go-to lip balm. It's really rich, but it's not too shiny. I never like it when a lip balm is too kind of glossy and shiny looking. Big love for this little Kiehl's beauty. So that is it. That is my ridiculous step skincare routine for the evening. I love skincare a lot, and I hope you guys do too, and I hope you understand the need for excess when it comes to taking care of your skin. Everything that I've talked about will be linked down below for you if I've mumbled any of those names. And how are we liking my skin? I feel like it looks so much better now. I love taking my makeup off at the end of the day. As much as I love wearing makeup, fresh skin is just the best. So that is it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all soon.